First, I wanted to inform you all that this creepypasta is true and fully based of real events. It's also informative. Remember guys, be careful with who you interact online. It all begins when I met a person going by the name of Joe Motherson online. We played multiple games quite often. It all felt like a normal friendship at first, but then things will turn for the worse. My friendship with Joe started being more distant when school started. We started messaging less, and after a while, we stopped speaking to each other at all. The important part of the story begins on a rainy late November night. I was playing CSGO on competitive as usual, though today I was different. I was playing so well to the point where I even got vote kicked because people thought I was hacking. This was pretty weird since usually I'm a pretty mid CSGO player. I kept playing CSGO until around 2 AM. Suddenly, I got a message from Joe saying, "Hey dude, wanna play some CSGO OFC?" I accepted, but this time we didn't get in a call like we usually used to. Anyways, Joe used to beat me in 1v1s all the time, but this time was different. I kept getting headshots on him round after round after round. In the end I won 8-1. It was clear that Joe was raging because he kept calling me racial slurs. Suddenly he stopped sending messages. After about 30 minutes of not responding to my messages, Joe called me. I quickly answered the call, and the second I entered the call, Joe opened his camera, and when it finally loaded, Joe was furiously masturbating. After 20 seconds, which felt like an hour, he finally cummed. I left the call and blocked Joe, then I decided to go to sleep. At around 5 AM I started feeling something in my asshole. At first I thought it's just my cousin raping me as usual, but I was wrong. I looked up and I saw it was Joe. Before I could punch him off of me, his little Turkish cock shooted cum in my asshole. I quickly rushed to the other side of my room and opened the lights. Joe quickly ran away when he saw my normal white skin. You see guys, Joe is a dumb Albanian Turkish sand nigger, and he is extremely insecure about his whiteness. He gets really nervous when he sees actual white people. Before he could leave, I grabbed him by his musty greasy black hair and pulled him back. Due to him fantasizing about being fucked quite often, he started moaning, hoping for me to fuck him, but I obviously did not because I do not want to get AIDS. After pulling him back, I started punching his face with all of my force, then I yeeted him out of the window. In the end I was happy that I managed to end the dumb brown turquoise. I went to sleep again and then woke up at around 11 PM. I opened up my Steam tab and I noticed I still had Joe added. Right when I wanted to unfriend him, I got a message from an account which had no profile picture and simply the word help as its username. The message contained an address and other personal info, followed by a spam of "help me, please help me." After doing some research, I finally found the house which had the address I saw in the message. I grabbed some weapons and a backpack and went in a 6-long-hour drive to the address. The roads were extremely busy, so it took me about 11 hours to get to the destination. When I finally arrived, it was dark outside and I had to fight a few stray dogs, but luckily I killed all of them using my shovel. The house was pitch black, which reminded me of the average Albanian skin color. I prepared all of my weapons and broke the front door and rushed in. I found Joe Motherson naked on the floor, shoving 8-inch dildos up his gaping asshole. I was quick and stabbed him until he died. I rushed into his basement and found some weirdly placed boxes. When I moved them, they revealed a secret door which required a code. I decided to check his computer for more evidence. I found out he wasted most of his time online sending nudes to underage girls, which did not really surprise me, to be honest, but when I checked his saved notepads I found the door code. As expected, the door opened right when I entered the code. I entered the room, but I could not see a thing because of how dark the room was. After a few minutes of struggling, I finally found the light switch. What I saw surprised me. It was Joe Motherson, tied up. He was different than the one I killed earlier though. He was white. I untied him, then removed the scotch he had on his face. Joe explained to me that a retarded Albanian version of his kidnapped him. I have managed to get Joe back to his home and now he is fully recovered from everything. Anyways, I wanted to remember you all that this is all real and fully based off real events. I hope you all stay safe. Remember guys, be careful with who you interact online. What I have experienced can happen to anyone at any moment.